But now we're in the middle of buttfuck Pittsburgh. Okay? We're not. It's literally farmers. This is where we are in Pittsburgh. There's farmers. There's coal. There's trees, and there's fields, and apparently death cliffs. So the police don't get there for an hour and a half. Okay? So I got this girl tried to choke me. Okay? I ran her off a cliff, and now she's staring at me with her death eyes for an hour and a half. Okay? An hour and a half. It gets better, by the way. It gets better. After she's done choking me, and I see my life flash before my eyes, Farmer Joe Brown and his retarded son Jed come out of the farmhouse next door and go, and I quote, "Get your fucking car out of my fucking field." On a list of things not to say to angry people, I think that would be one of them. I think maybe top 10. Well, she turns around and gets in his face and starts going, "I ain't your slave. I ain't your slave. You can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. Bitch, Abe Lincoln freed my ass. You can't tell me what to do." Then he goes, "Why don't I go get my fucking shotgun and we'll see who's slave." Come to Pittsburgh, where we welcome everybody with threats. So then her boyfriend pulls him off and he's like, "Yeah, get her back, okay?" So now we have Farmer Joe Brown, his retarded son Jay, the PennDOT man, and now it's just everybody in the neighborhood has decided to stop crocheting or milking cows or whatever they do, coal mining, and come up and watch it. So it's the three people in the car, the three black guys, right? Or the two black guys and the girl, and 7 white people. And they're like, over here and all the way over there, you know what I mean? Like, the two shall not mix. And everybody on well, first of all, where the accident happened was on a main road, and it was like up on a hill, and where I was like down, I took a left and it was down the hill. Jed, the son, decided he was gonna take some flare guns. Right, are those like flare stick things? What are those called? Flare guns? He has like 8 flare guns in his hands. And he goes up on the main road and starts lighting them and put them on the ground. And his dad's like, "That's enough, Jed. I think that's enough." And then he turns to his buddy and goes, he gets real excited about these things. How often does this happen that he gets real excited about these things? Oh, somebody almost died. It's a great day for Jed. Like, it's really putting the pep in his morning. He is the belle of the ball today. But like the accident it's in a field. It's not even on the main road. So I feel like people are driving by like, "Oh my God, what happened? What happened?" Nothing. All right. Or they drove by and were like, "Oh my God, that guardrail is bent." Has someone called PennDOT? Someone called PennDOT. Which PennDOT got there sooner than 911. Real nice touch, PennDOT. Real nice touch. It gets better. It gets better. So then, now that the groups have formed, okay, all the white guys, it's all like middle-aged white men, okay, and there's me and Elise. We're the only women there, like young girls. And devastatingly beautiful young girls. And, fish posh. I don't know why they had southern accents, but they did. And they went up to me and they go, "That ain't right. That ain't right. Ain't nobody put a hands on you. That ain't right. I know you was a good girl. That ain't right. That ain't right. You gonna tell somebody? Cause you don't tell. I'm gonna tell. Cause that ain't right. That ain't right." Like, okay, I'll tell them. Like, calm down. I'm gonna tell if you don't tell. I got it. Okay? Can't you be like tilling fields somewhere? Go. So the cops finally get there and they get the people's statements, and then they come over to me and they get all the witnesses' statements first before they get me, and I can hear them in the background going, "Yeah, I was in my fields, and then I heard something, I came out, and she was being choked." And all I'm saying is that ain't right. He said that like 16 times in one sentence. Like, everyone understood it wasn't right. Like, we get it. Like, enough now. And he's like, I don't know, she seems like a nice girl, I don't know. That just ain't right, that just ain't right. So then, and they get Elise's statement, and he's like, oh, did the girl, like, was she rough? And Elise's like, yeah, she put her hands on her, she was kind of rough. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's right, tone it down, tone it down. Don't make it sound like I'm a big pussy. Like, I was literally, like, almost crying, like, afterwards. Like, oh, good job, kid. And then the cop comes over and he gets my statement. And he's like, oh, is the girl being rough with you? And I was like, yeah, there was a little choking going on. Not a big deal. I told her to back off. Figure in the police report, I should sound like a hero. You know what I mean? I was saving orphans from a burning building. And then I decided to drive over to give blood for a blood drive. And then they happened to run off the road. And then I performed CPR, and I reintroduced unicorns into the wild. I did all these things before this happened. So the police officer gets my statement, and then he goes, y'all want to press charges? And I hadn't even thought of it. Like, I just took for granted that people could just go around choking people, and it was like no big deal. Like, oh, that happens every day. Philly. You know it. And downtown Lancaster, let's be serious. Or how do you guys say it? Lancaster? Yeah. Lancaster. Yeah, that's nice. And he goes, do you want to press charges? And I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not from here. Like, I go to school like 4 hours away. I'm from Massachusetts originally. Like, I'm not trying to like come back all the way here for something. And he leans in, and I swear to God, he said this. He goes, it ain't gonna be any trouble for me. I'll just put her in the back seat of my car and I'll take her right away. It ain't nothing but what it is. That's what he said. Sir, do you have a KKK rally to go to? And then he said, those people. Yeah, you gotta teach those people the right way. This is a law enforcement officer. Like, are you serious right now? Oh, goodness gracious. Pittsburgh, I will never return to that place. Ever again.